So, couple things. Our Lady with the Goddesses, she's right. Okay, because a lot of people are just jumping into this goddess thing. Okay, because it works for her. You have to understand the amount of time and energy she spent on this goddess thing. Okay, first of all, she did this entire course. She's still working her way through it, where you are introduced to different goddesses. You go into these meditations, these walkthrough. It's like it's a recorded course, right? So you go through these meditations, and you have to have this introduction, this formal introduction, right? You can't just turn up knocking on the goddess's door saying, I want this, I want that. It doesn't work like that with them. Okay, it really doesn't. You have to get to know them. You have to take an offering. They give you an offering. You start a conversation. You visit with them frequently. Don't call upon them. Just go blazing in. You haven't built a relationship with them. And I know this may sound crazy, but it's true. And you have to like really go through this thing properly. Okay. So you have to, she has a course, and I'm going to post it on the CTT, the course that she's taking, right? And what we were saying is that over time, now don't forget also, she has a session with me every week. Okay. She's one of my weekly CTT people. And so she reviews what she has or she's encountered that week with the goddesses, right? So why did the goddess give me this? Why did the goddess give me that? And I'm like channeling the goddesses, giving her the information, and she's piecing it all together. It's not something that you just go blazing in there. Hey, I need $1 million and I needed it yesterday. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Secondly, the other thing that she pointed out yesterday, I'm telling you, this girl is so freaking smart. I love her. I love all of you, but another thing that she pointed out yesterday was the difference between ascension, the law of attraction, and manifesting. Okay, there are three very different things. And a lot of times, these people, like she correctly pointed out on YouTube, they go into one thinking that law of attraction and manifesting are the same thing. They're not. Okay, law of attraction is removing blockages to attract frequency things. Okay, to clear out your energy field. All right, so manifesting is totally different. And she's actually put together a formula for manifesting. And the formula is willpower, mind of creation, which means you're going to have to connect with something out there to bring the manifestation about. You have to have love in the heart, okay? You have to have pure intentions, love in the heart, passion, and then you have to devote time to it. That could be said for connecting with this goddess energy as well. Now, for the males in the group, maybe you don't want to connect with the goddess energy. Maybe you want to use the energy of the gods. I would say it's still the same principle. Okay, you have to build a relationship with them. You have to take an offering, receive an offering. You have to learn what their strengths are, their weaknesses are, and then you have to find out which is the best one for you to then develop this relationship with, and to try to manifest with them, right? They help you with the manifesting. It's a long process. She's been doing this for months. Okay. So again, the manifesting formula is willpower, mind of creation, intention or love in the heart, and time. And that the time aspect is how much time you're willing to devote to making this work for you. So just so you know, and then of course, ascension is totally different. Ascension that's where your soul is expanding in consciousness, right? You're gaining the wisdom, you're learning the lessons, you're changing that dark energy into light. And that's a whole thing to go into, by the way. I'll have to do a separate video on it. And I keep saying that every week, and every week I run out of time. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, so, ascension is like climbing up the ladder, and eventually you don't have to be here. Now, apparently, and I didn't see the comments, but when I was on that show for Open Your Reality, people lost the plot in the comments. Why? Because they've all convinced themselves on some level or another. Some of them have convinced themselves that they're going to not go to the light when they pass. They're going to go, take exit left, right? Or exit right. They're going to go somewhere else. Okay, that's very conscious mind thinking. Okay. These people may have convinced themselves of that, but their consciousness, their conscious mind stays on the earth plane with the body, right? And eventually dissolves. That's not what the soul consciousness is going to do. And by the way, I don't think you have a choice, right? And but these people have spent years convincing themselves that when they die, they're not going into this reincarnation cycle. They're going to take another route. And I got news for them. Even if they do find another route, they're going to end up trapped in some paradigm somewhere, right? Or they're going to end up in the dark. So, yeah, you've escaped the reincarnation cycle, but your existence is now nothing, right? You're nothing. There's no more soul family. There's no more, trying to ascend. There's no more good lifetimes. What about all the lifetimes that you can have that are good? Okay, yeah, when I do regression, I'm uncovering the bad stuff. Why? Because there's no point in uncovering the good stuff. The good stuff is there. Don't get me wrong, but the bad stuff is where your soul fragmented and you've left fragments on that timeline, right? And the trick is to go retrieve those fragments. Not you, that's over. That quest is over. You don't go to the light, you're done, right? Your personality's done, your character's done. And by the way, how long have we all been doing this? Thousands and thousands of years. You're going to throw away all that hard work for nothing? I'm not doing that, right? I'm just not going to do that. So, but these people with their conscious minds have actually convinced themselves that this is what they're going to do. And I got news for them. It ain't happening. I don't care. It's like trying to convince your conscious mind, right? A lot of times we're stay positive, do this, do that. Yeah, okay. But what's going on in your energy field? What's going on in your soul consciousness? What's the life path that the soul has lined up for you? It doesn't align with the conscious mind. The conscious mind can sit there going, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, right? The soul says, no. We learned that lesson thousands of years ago, and you're not having this and that. People have to get to grips with it. Your conscious mind is not more powerful than the soul consciousness. It just isn't. There's actually only one person that I know of whose consciousness is probably equally as powerful, if not more powerful than the soul, but he's a very complicated person, and he had to make his consciousness strong for a big reason, and I can't go into it because it's just too traumatic. But anyway, so that's the first thing. Okay, now on to our hairdresser, because she always she always does something for the group. And I just appreciate her so much. I know you're listening. Hi. Basically, here's the thing. So she said, let my soul decide what we're going to get in the CTT session. I said, okay, right? Because it's always something powerful. You remember last time we got that when she detached from source, that was the last time she felt true love and happiness. And there's always a quest within her soul to find that. And she can't understand why she never feels happy. blah de blah. Okay. And it was because the soul remembers and our soul is so evolved that says, hey, I want to feel that again. Not this. I want to feel that. And so that's what she's doing. And she's getting there. Actually, it's a very good way to be because it keeps your soul very motivated to keep trying to reconnect to that source love and that source happiness. Okay. So this week, we went into a past life where she was this huge tiger, this huge, strong male tiger, just huge. And nobody would really challenge her in that lifetime because she was so strong. She won every battle. Animals get into battles and she would win those battles. But then this is where we started to uncover the evolution of animal consciousness. They started to go from trying to fight fairly, like one-on-one battles, they're locking horns or whatever, to sneak attacks. So these four tigers that had been defeated by her before uh, snuck up on her when she was sleeping and they ripped her to shreds. Okay, why am I telling you that? Because what we got was this tit for tat scenario. Oh, this lifetime I kill you, the next lifetime you do something terrible to me, and on, back and forth. Okay, her soul has moved beyond that. She is very non-confrontational. She'd never hurt anybody, okay? But she ended up in a marriage in this lifetime that basically didn't benefit her at all for whatever reason, very complicated. But it was his soul family before he was in the group. It was his soul family that actually were the four tigers that um you know that basically attacked her in that lifetime. So their plans were in this lifetime, they met up there and they pushed him forward and they said, oh, hey, go make a contract with her, but you need to make sure that in this lifetime she destroys us because we quite like the challenge and that's how we grow. So she was in some sort of karmic debt cycle to this soul family. And this is why she keeps making contracts with them, because she owes them. Okay, lo and behold, that didn't happen in this lifetime. He lied by omission as a soul when he signed up to this contract that she wasn't going to destroy them. But the problem is she still owes them that karmic cycle. Okay. Now, what happened with this was she doesn't want to keep making these contracts. The soul is like, Liz, I'm so over these contracts, right? I'm tired of it. They don't benefit me. It's a waste of time. I can't do this anymore. So what we got as we were tapping through the rounds was that in order, very important here, take notes, in order to break these soul contracts, you have to develop tapping that raises the consciousness of all involved. Okay. So it's not just about, oh, I made a contract with him. Okay. It's about, I made a contract with that entire soul family. And I keep making these contracts. And if I go forward in the next lifetime, I have to keep making these soul contracts. And, I have to, there's nothing I can do about it because I owe this karmic debt. Okay. You have to easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability to expand the consciousness of all involved within the soul contract. Okay. And it's not a one and done, right? You have to work on it big time. You have to get them to get the message, because the message in this soul contract was it didn't matter whatever, how good, because she was very good to him in this life. That didn't help him. Or even if she was to destroy him in this lifetime, which she didn't, but even if she was, that doesn't help him, right? And so no matter what she did, there was no benefit because he's stuck. right? And they're just making these contracts all the time. So you have to easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability to expand the consciousness of all involved in these contracts, right? So if it's a contract with a particular person, if it's a contract with a particular job, whatever it is, and then you have to be so that you can be free and released from making any further contracts with these individuals or whatever the entity is, right? In the future and future lifetimes. Very important. So that's how you're going to get out of these soul contracts, right? But don't think you're just going to tap around and you're free. You're probably going to have to tap for a couple of years every day. All right. So I just wanted to give you all that information. I know I go on a bit. So today I thought we could go on to why we compare ourselves with other people. By the way, I won't be answering questions this after CTT today. I have to take my dad to a dentist appointment. He has to have dental work done. So there will be no questions for me at the end of the CTT today. I asked that if you are going to stay and ask Ronan questions, it needs to be about scalar. It needs to be about remote viewing. Ronan is not a psychic medium. He cannot diagnose your relationship problems. He cannot sit here giving you answers about your future endeavors and all this stuff, right? So it needs to be about scalar, or it needs to be questions specifically about remote viewing. Okay. So I'm sorry about that. All right. So Ronan, if you want to go ahead and do the intro and we'll get started.
All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me with Psychic Medium Liz Cross for our Monday morning meditation. I'd like to thank everybody for last week and thank you for Mr. Photon for filling in. I actually had to take someone to get surgery, and that's why I wasn't able to be here. So I appreciate him filling in for me, and thank you very much. The patient is doing much, much better, but I didn't want to bring that into the CTT atmosphere by letting you know what was actually happening. So thank you. And thank you, Liz. So today we'll be joined by Psychic Medium Liz Cross and Mr. Reality. And if you're new to us, welcome. A lot of new members here. What we'll be doing is repeating after me with your arms crossed in front of you, kind of tapping intermittently, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 on your left and right bicep as you repeat with me. And then if you feel things, you can type that in the chat. We ask that you please not message Liz. You can message me, but don't unmute yourself during the CTT event, and let us know if you have any emotions or things that come through in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, great. And also, if you are prone to seizure activity, do not do the CTT. It is highly stimulating to the brain. Please, 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 I beg you, do not do it, because if you do, you could end up with several seizures actually. So yes, please don't do that. All right. So I thought we would work on comparing ourselves to other people, because that's what we do. And it's not even worth it. Only if you use it as a motivator, I would say. If you use it in a positive way, basically, oh, I want to be as intelligent as them, or I want to be as enlightened as them, or I want to be as successful as them, and seeing them have that success or whatever it is that they have, that motivates you. But how many of us actually do that? Very rarely, any of us, right? We're usually like, oh, they look prettier than me, they have this than me, their kids are perfect, their home is perfect, their marriage is perfect, blah, 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 right? What does that do for you? It just makes you feel bad. So we're not going to do that anymore. So we thought we'd work on that today. Is everybody good with that? All right. And if anybody has any questions about how to tap, do drop it in the chat. All right. So we're going to open. Once we open, you must stay to close. Actually, to bring up another point, somebody answered a phone call right at the point of closing on a couple of CTT sessions ago. They messed themselves up so bad. I cannot tell you. Brain fog, forgetfulness, out of alignment. They felt really off, troubled, so unsettled. You must stay till close. I cannot reiterate that enough. Once we open, you need to stay till close. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
an optimum etheric pyramid,
an optimum etheric pyramid,
as well as
as well as
an optimum etheric Faraday cage
an optimum etheric Faraday cage
for the empowerment and protection of each one of us.
for the empowerment and protection of each one of us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, the next one is treasures. All right, there's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum ability to see,
the optimum ability to see,
recognize,
recognize,
use, and enjoy
use, and enjoy
the treasures in and all around us.
the treasures in and all around us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
And the last one, which is the most important one, right? This is how we take responsibility for the energy work we're doing. Okay. This is the official opening. So once we do this, you need to stay till close. All right. It's our spiritual helpers and divine teams. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum ability
the optimum ability
to activate all of our spiritual helpers and divine teams.
to activate all of our spiritual helpers and divine team.
They will immediately take away any and all negative energy.
They will immediately take away any and all negative dark energy.
They will transport it into the spirit world.
They will transport it into the spirit world.
They will transmute it into white light positive karma
They will transmute it into white light positive karma
and put it back into the universe.
and put it back into the universe.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
All right. So thank you, Mr. Reality, for hosting. Just so you know, guys, is the closer we get to 100, or when we start reaching those numbers, there will be a Zoom room change, okay? Because I'm gonna have to put it over to mine where it can hold more people. Okay, easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability to what? Not constantly compare ourselves to others in a negative way. Well, but you don't want to sit there and comparing yourselves to other, like you don't want to have judgment either. So, oh, well, I could be homeless on the street, so it sort of gives that negative sort of vibe over to that person. Really, we want to make sure that when we are comparing ourselves, it really is only for the positive and not for the negative of others or ourselves. Very, very important. You don't want to push that energy over to the other person. Well, I could be like her. I don't know. I'm just not judgmental in that way. Okay, so that's how we're going to use it. So easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability to not
Compare
compare
ourselves only
ourselves to
positively.
others.
I feel like not doesn't work because
No, it doesn't.
not doesn't
You're right.
work in superlatives, or the unconscious mind just doesn't process the not. And so we're going to do it in a negative way. So let's change it to the positive. Easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability to constantly compare ourselves to others in a positive light only.
To compare ourselves to others in a positive light for all involved.
For all
Right? Because
involved
you don't
only.
you don't
Right.
want to say, well, she's fat and I'm thin, or her shoes look like, because I know what women are like, right? I am one, and I can't stand to shop. Like that is the most boring, frivolous waste of time. I cannot believe that people actually do that. Sorry, if you're a shopper, I'm sorry. I cannot stand it. I go in, get what I need, and I leave. That I'm not wasting my time looking at stuff. All right. So you're right. Easily. So how will we do it? Easily.
Easily and
And
joyfully
that's why I hate
manifest the
Christmas.
optimal ability to constantly compare ourselves to others in a positive light.
Okay, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum ability
the optimum ability
when comparing ourselves to others.
when comparing ourselves to others.
It is only done in a positive way
It is only done in a positive way
for everyone involved.
for everyone involved.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
What did you get?
I just got that what is it? It's like bright lights flashing at me, trying to
Hmm.
distract me. It's like that infinity mirror. So we're looking into that's what it was. Like the old infinity mirror from the 90s. It has these lights around it, and you can see like into a deep dark void with the lights flashing around it.
Hmm. Um,
We're distracted by everything that everybody has around us, but don't look to the value inside of us that falls deeply within us.
right. Because that's what we do when we compare ourselves. Oh, I wish I could be like, I don't wish to be like, I'm sorry. I learned that lesson a long time ago. Liz does not wish to be like anybody else. I don't want to be like Kim Kardashian. I don't. Um, I like her figure, but do I want to be photographed every time I leave the house? No, definitely not. God, that would be awful. So yeah, you're right. It's like we don't accentuate the positives within us. We're too busy looking for ways to treat ourselves negatively. Very good. All right. And again, if you guys get something, drop it in the chat. I could not stand to be photo. God, can you imagine? You can't go anywhere without being photographed. God, that would be awful. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
We are too busy looking outside of ourselves
We are too busy looking outside of ourselves
for negative opportunities
for negative opportunity
to criticize,
to criticize,
to put ourselves down,
to put ourselves down,
to judge ourselves.
to judge ourselves.
We do not accentuate the positives.
We do not accentuate the positive.
We only focus on the negatives.
We only focus on the negative.
We like to lower our self-esteem.
We like to lower our self-esteem.
We don't need others to do that for us.
We don't need others to do that for us.
We are our own worst critics.
We are our own worst critic.
What else?
Um, I love shopping, someone says.
I know she does. I know y'all love shop. I can't stand it. I'm sorry. That's a total waste of my time. Um, all right. But that's good for you guys if that's what you love to do. I just can't do it. Oh, Mr. Photon, yeah. What will the neighbors think? What will the neighbors think? I have to look perfect all the time.
I have to look perfect all the time.
I can't have others see me in a negative light.
I cannot have others see me in a negative light.
I'm very competitive with other people.
I'm very competitive with other people.
Instead of trying to be a better version of myself each day on the inside.
Instead of trying to be a better version of myself each day.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
You guys can be personal shoppers. That's why I know some people love to shop. I know, and that's great. Honestly, that's good for you guys. I'm not judgmental. I'm just for me, it's not for me. All right. So I got we steal and stamp out our own light. What did you get?
I got, when it's a perfect snowfall and you look out and see the early morning snow, but when it's just pristine and perfect, we're always striving for that perfection, that untouched, unblemished snow. And yet we can't appreciate it because we're trying to strive towards it.
Mm, exactly. We don't appreciate ourselves as we are. You know, you have to understand a lot of people really beat themselves up over mistakes that they made. But those are probably the best decisions that you could make at that time. And if you're beating yourself up over those decisions or those mistakes, knowing that that was the best you could do with the information you had at that time, well, then that is a big red flag for lack of self-love, right? Because if you love yourself, you're going to look inward and say, you know what? I did the best that I could at that time with the information that I had. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, right? If only we had hindsight and we could bring it to the now, we would know better. But because we don't, we look back and we want to really punish ourselves for mistakes. Don't do that. Huge red flag. All right. So we stamp out our own light. We steal our own joy and stamp out our own light. And what was it you got again?
Freshly fallen snow undisturbed.
Steal our own joy, stamp out our own light. Sorry, I got so many things running through my head. And we don't appreciate who and what we are in the now. Good job. Who and what we are in the now. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
We like to steal our own joy
We like to steal our own joy
by comparing ourselves negatively.
by comparing ourselves negatively.
We stamp out our own light.
We stamp out our own light.
Oh, looking at someone in a negative light
Looking at someone in a negative light
makes me feel better about myself.
makes me
Mm-mm.
feel better about myself.
No, 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 no. We don't appreciate who and what we are in the now.
We don't appreciate who and what we are in the now.
We're constantly striving for perfection.
We are constantly striving for perfection.
Our outward image is mostly to please others,
Our outward image is mostly to please others,
and we neglect the inside.
and we neglect the inside.
What else? We don't know how to be non-judgmental.
We don't know how to be non judgmental.
The mirror is not my friend.
The mirror is not my friend.
I feel bad about my choices.
I feel bad about my choices.
There are too many what ifs.
There are too many what?
What ifs?
There are
What
too
if
many
this?
what ifs.
Yeah, what if I had that? What if I had this? My life would be better if I had material things.
My life
Ew.
would be better if I had material things
So I can show them off to other people. Mm-mm.
so I can show them off to other people.
It is important how people perceive me,
It is important how people perceive me,
and I work hard at pleasing them.
and I work hard at pleasing them.
What else?
Self loathing gives me a chemical bump that gets me high that I like to chase.
Self-loathing, it gives me a chemical bump. It gives me a high I like to chase. Yeah, some of us can only live in the negative.
Some of us can only live in the negative.
It's how we connect to others.
It's how we connect to others.
What else?
I cannot love myself just the way I am.
I cannot love myself just the way I am. I always want to be someone else.
I always want to be someone else.
I am not important
I am not important.
to me. What else?
I think I'm in their movie, but really they are in mine.
I think I'm in their movie, but really they are in mine. Good one. I love that. What else?
I just don't have time to focus on positivity.
I just don't have time to focus on positivity. What else? I neglect to address my self-anger and self-hatred.
I neglect to
Address
address my
my,
self anger and self hatred.
yeah. Let's finish this round out. The part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Ooh, what did you get?
I got too many of us are living in the infinite scroll of our phone than interacting with life.
Ooh, I hate those smartphones, really. They're so necessary and blame ourselves for when it happens. Okay. So the infinite scroll of life. Yeah, we're distracted. We are too distracted. These people that have convinced themselves that they're going to take the exit door, right, instead of going to the light. Think of how much time they've wasted on that theory because it ain't going to happen. I should go back on that show and tell them that. They'll come after me with pitchforks. And I mean, it's not to make fun of that at all. It's just that um they've really convinced themselves that that is their way. That's how they're going to stop it. And I understand it, right? That, your life must be really crummy to want to even contemplate something like that. It just must be terrible. Because people with good lives and trying to make the best of everything. They don't think like that. Oh, yeah, like me. Okay, I've had terrible things, but I wouldn't give up being here with my kids for the world, right? And I want to see them again and again and again and again. I don't want to end that. And I wouldn't want them to do that either. That would be terrible. All right. So I'm sorry, what did you get again?
The infinite scroll.
Infinite scroll, distraction. All right. Mr. Photon was exhausted last week. He got a taste of how difficult it is to do the CTT.
Right. Moving everybody
It,
around
it's
there.
it's tiring. It's tiring. Doom scrolling. Oh, yeah. All right, let's keep going. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
We work so hard at preventing the trauma.
We work so hard at preventing the trauma.
That's the full-time job of our anxiety.
That's the full-time job of our anxiety.
And blame ourselves for when it happens.
And blame ourselves for when it happens.
We are hard on ourselves.
We are hard on ourselves.
We lock ourselves indoors.
We lock ourselves indoors.
That way we don't have to face any possible traumas on the outside.
That way we don't have to face any possible traumas on the outside.
Comparing myself to others brings about trauma in my life.
Comparing myself to others brings about trauma in my life.
So it's better that I just don't go out.
It's better that I just don't go out.
We are too distracted.
We are too distracted.
Doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling.
We find other ways to entertain ourselves that are not meaningful.
We find other ways to entertain ourselves that are not meaningful.
They contribute nothing to our spiritual growth and journey.
They contribute nothing to our spiritual growth and journey.
We waste so much time.
We waste so much time.
And we're angry with others.
And we're angry with others.
We refuse to take responsibility for ourselves.
We refuse to take responsibility for ourselves.
And do the inner work that is required.
And do the inner work that is required.
It's just easier to compare ourselves.
It's easier to compare ourselves.
It's a habit. It's a pattern.
It's a habit and it's a pattern.
What else? Anything else?
Close it out. We'll see what comes through.
All right. Okay. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love.
healing, information, permission,
Healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
I got like a pro and con list, and like there's nothing in the pro side, but there's all these cons and negatives about myself. What
Oh,
did
you're
you
doing it
get?
wrong. You got to have something on, you got to balance it out. I
Right?
got somebody vaping or smoking something. Like that's another
Yeah,
distraction for not being in myself.
that's self-destruction. Sorry to you vapors out there. There was a guy that vaped and vaped and vaped in this room in London, and the walls were yellow, and it was like resin on the walls. That stuff, and you can only imagine what's sticking to his lungs. Oh my God, it was yellow. I was like, this is disgusting. Um, but people vape and people do all kinds of things. And maybe that's the only way they can get by.
Hmm.
But I can't imagine what it's doing to the lungs, and I hate that. So it's self-destruction, you know. We just basically escape the constant comparison for these tidbits of pleasures, it's very limited because it's not fulfilling. We do all this stuff. It's not, it's not fixing the wound, right? It's just putting a band-aid on it because only after a few minutes, I guess, you want another vape or you want another drink or you want another, whatever it is you're doing, it's never enough to fill the hole. But it temporarily takes your mind off of comparing yourself to someone else, is what I got from that. Very good. Um, yeah. Aren't those tobacco companies smart? Oh, we'll keep them hooked somehow. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
These temporary
These temporary
soothers, like,
soothers. Never heard that
yeah,
one. Go ahead.
they don't, they do not feel, they do not fill the void,
They do not fill the void,
but it takes my mind off of comparing myself to others.
but it takes my mind off from comparing myself to others.
It makes me feel better, if only in the short term.
It makes me feel better if only in the short term.
I cannot think about the long term.
I cannot think about the long term.
I cannot remember what happiness feels like.
I cannot remember what happiness feels like.
My joy was stolen a long time ago.
My joy has gone a long time ago.
What else? Anything else? Mm, here's some stuff. If I am small, no one will notice me.
If I'm small, nobody will notice me.
And I like it that way. I don't get in trouble.
And I like it that way because I won't get in trouble.
Santa's sleigh is only filled with coal for me and riches and blessings for everyone else.
Santa's sleigh is filled with coal for me and riches and
Uh-huh.
blessings for everyone else.
What else? I need to center myself in my life
I need to center myself in my life
instead of running for others for validation.
instead of running to others for validation.
I like to be in the other people's business.
I like to be in other people's business.
I do not focus on being myself as fully as I can.
I do not focus in being myself as fully as I can.
I cannot forgive myself.
I cannot forgive myself.
I do not believe forgiveness is freedom.
I do not believe forgiveness is
Forgiveness
freedom.
is freedom. hmm I help others rather than spending time helping myself.
I like others rather than spending time helping myself.
I fantasize about life instead of living it.
I fantasize about life instead of living it.
My shoe shopping is an infinite hell loop.
My shoe shopping is an infinite hell loop.
I cannot leave.
I cannot leave.
Once I do, I fear it will never leave me.
Once I leave, I fear it will never leave me.
What else?
I like to complain a lot.
I like to complain a lot. It makes me feel better. Nothing is ever enough.
Nothing is ever enough.
I constantly want more.
I constantly want more.
I can never feel fully satisfied.
I can never feel fully satisfied.
I cannot forgive others that have wronged me.
I cannot forgive others that have wronged me.
Comparing myself to others is the strongest tool in my box.
Comparing myself to others is the strongest tool in my box.
It's the only thing that makes me feel better.
It's the only thing that makes me feel better.
Anything else?
If I give up self-defeatism, what more of me is there?
If I give up self-defeatism, what more of me is there? I love that. That's so true. What else?
Complaining gets me the attention that I cannot give to myself.
Complaining gets me the attention that I cannot give to myself. What else?
It's never enough.
It's never enough. Yeah. No, it's nothing. Nothing fills the void. It's never enough. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our minds, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, and information permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
My throat is really tight. Okay. Something in that layer just gave me this tight throat. And I don't know how to see myself in a positive light when I tune in. Does anybody else have a tight throat out there? Because I do. Yeah, my judgment is my survival. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So let's tune in again. Oh, hi, Dawn Marie. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're feeling better. Dry throat, that's good too, because the moisture and water in our body, when we're moving through the CTT, we're moving rewiring and electricity around the body. When it takes all the moisture out of your mouth and you have a dry mouth and dry throat, it means that it's using it to rewire. So that's a good sign. But I don't know how to look at myself in a positive light. I only see myself negatively, no matter how hard I try. And I think probably all of us are guilty of that. There's nobody that look, if you were completely full of self-love, you would not be here on the earth plane. I'm just telling you, right? Or you would be in your last incarnation. Where is it? Up in the Himalayas or somewhere? You would not be here. You wouldn't need to be. What is this? You don't need this, right? So I think we're all guilty of having some of that. All right, so let's keep going. Again, if you drop anything, this is probably our last round. And drop it in the chat. Okay. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
I cannot see myself in a positive light,
I cannot see myself in a positive light,
no matter how hard I try.
no matter how hard I try.
When people compliment me, I think they're talking about someone else.
When people compliment me, I think they're talking about someone else.
They can't possibly be talking about me.
They can't possibly be talking about me.
I am full of self-hatred and judgment.
I'm full of self-hatred and darkness
And judgment.
and judgment.
It's the only relationship I have with myself.
It's the only relationship that I have with myself.
I don't know myself in any other way.
I don't know myself in any other way.
I'll be positive once I feel my void.
I'll be positive once I fill my void.
I am not proud of my accomplishments.
I'm not proud of my accomplishments.
I cannot celebrate others.
I cannot celebrate others.
I'm jealous of the rich.
I am jealous of the rich.
The only way others can be rich is because they've made a contract with the devil.
The only way people can be rich is if they've made a contract with the devil.
That's the only explanation there is.
It's the only explanation there is.
Good things don't happen to me.
Good things don't happen to me.
What else? My accomplishments are never acknowledged,
My accomplishments are never acknowledged,
yet I acknowledge those of others.
yet I acknowledge those of others.
I cannot practice gratitude for myself and what I have achieved.
I cannot practice gratitude for myself and what I have achieved.
I'm at war with my soul
I'm at war with my soul.
instead of understanding why it chose the path that it has.
Instead of understanding why it has the task that it has.
Or it chose the path that it has. What else?
I focus too much on wisps.
I focus too much on wisps. That's good. I cannot redirect my energy.
I cannot redirect my energy.
I cannot focus.
I cannot focus.
I am filled with anxiety and self-hatred.
I'm filled with anxiety and self-hatred.
It's easier to just hide and run away.
It's easier to get tired and run away.
And that too. Anything else? I felt that leave actually. All right. Life is not enough,
Life is not
and
enough,
I have screwed up this entire lifetime.
and I've screwed up this entire lifetime.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath and give some gratitude. But I'm also going to say this one that Anna came in and gave us, which is my feeling of self-worth does not last very long. I have to then remind myself how terrible I am. Okay. And again, that was another release. I knew that. That's good. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, so that is the end. I feel it's clear. My throat is cleared. I don't feel any blockages anymore. So let's go ahead and close. And let's go easily and joyfully manifest optimum guidance, positive emotional. Good job, everybody. Clear feels good. Awesome. Easily and joyfully manifest optimum guidance, positive emotional fulfillment, gratitude, self-love, self-forgiveness. We add that in now, always. Self-forgiveness and the optimum ability to only see myself in a positive light. Okay. All right. How about, no. I was going to say, should we include everyone in a positive light? No, because if somebody is abusing you, I don't want you to see them in a positive light. So don't do that, right? See how wording is everything, right? Let's just look at ourselves in a positive light for now. We'll worry about the abusers later. I don't think all the light in the world can fix, some of them. All right. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
optimum guidance,
optimum guidance,
positive emotional fulfillment,
positive emotional fulfillment,
gratitude,
gratitude,
self-love,
self-love,
self-forgiveness,
self-forgiveness,
and the optimum ability
and the optimum ability
to only see ourselves
to only see ourselves
in a positive light.
in a positive light.
In all of those wonderful spaces we just opened up.
In all those wonderful spaces we've just opened up.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirit are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Reality, for hosting. Everybody's like, today is Cyber Monday.
Yeah, we don't need that. You don't need to tell them.
No wonder that shopping thing came through. You guys are so funny. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. And again, Mr. Reality can hold and will hold for questions
All right.
for
Thank you so
remote
much.
viewing and scalar.
Bye, everybody.